Howdy folks, I'm Mama B and I've had a problem with this. I got leakage here and it runs behind my sink and puddles on my counters and I'm tired of it. So I'm gonna fix it. I'm gonna show you how. It's gonna be great. Let's go. First thing, you get under the sink and you see this little valve here. Well, this means it's on, that means it's off. You want it off, shut it off. Now, the thing is, there's also this one here. That means it's on because it's lined up, kind of indicates that water can flow through. That shuts it off. But also, when you're done doing that, you're going to want to make sure you check your faucet before you do anything else. Okay, so now I'm turning on my water, no water. And what I didn't know is you need to check both hot and cold, even though you got one handle. Good to know. But you can see there's no water coming through. A little bit of drip, but nothing that's gonna flood your house out. So we're ready to start. Okay, now I gotta remove this part. Now because this is a decorative thing, you wanna take something, I'm gonna use my Euro Scrubby because it's got a little bit of grip, to protect it from the vise or the pipe wrench, and you're gonna twist that off. Now sometimes it can be, sometimes it can be a little bit tricky to get it to grab and to get it to turn, but just kind of work with it. Lefty-loosey, righty-tighty. I'm gonna grab myself a little paper towel here, see if it gives me a little better grip. Let's see if I can get to a point where I can just hand twist that right off. You just turn that off. When you pull it out, whoa, there's a bit of water there. You can see why you want your water off. All right, clean that up a little bit. All right. You want some paper towel handy because you can have a little bit of water, but not too bad. This is the culprit. This is my O-ring. Now it's coming off. You just peel that off. Okay, so I got my O-ring off, and if you look at it, it's kind of tiny. It's worn out, and it's letting the water pass. I've got a replacement O-ring. See the difference in size? The center is the same though, and so it'll fit real well. All right, okay, so I got my brand new O-ring here, and I'm just gonna put a dab of plumber's grease. The question is can you use Vaseline instead of plumber's grease? The answer is yes, you can. Oh my gosh, look at that. It just came out into my hand. That is not okay. Frustration. Well, I'm using this anyway, sticking it on. The answer is yes, you can use Vaseline instead of plumber's grease. However, what it will do is wear down it will wear down the O-ring. That's such a mess. It will wear down the O-ring and break it down so that the work that you're doing will have to be redone in a year or so, maybe less. Plumber's grease, wrapped around it. I'm gonna take a minute and clean off my hands. Okay, so now I've got my O-ring and the space underneath it all filled in. You wanna get that good and greasy, and then you just fit it back in there, just like that. Once you got it back in there, then it's just about tightening it back down. Remember, it's lefty-loosey, righty-tighty. And you want to make sure that it's lined up evenly, nicely, so that you don't cross-thread your metal threads. Now, sometimes what I do when I'm not sure and I want to make sure that I'm not cross-threading it, then I'll twist it backwards until it fits and feels right. And then I'll start twisting it on. Once you've got it hand tightened, get your wrench through the cloth and just tighten it down. You don't want it to be too tight because that can have an effect, but you do want it to be snug. And there we have it. That turns nicely. All right, now the moment of truth. See, that wasn't that hard at all. Now the moment of truth, we'll turn on the valves again. Let's go do that. Oh, you hear that water going? Let's just make sure that's off for a minute. Water on and on. Now they're all on. Let's go see how we did. Okay, before our moment of truth, I'm wiping all of this water up so I can tell all that water is cleaned up. You know, if we did a good job, it won't be any more water up there, even when we turn it on. You ready? Water's running. It's dry. There's no leak. Nothing hiding behind it. That's great. And this turns nice. Because I used the right plumber's grease, I don't have to worry about the O-ring degrading and having to change it in another year. If you have stuff like this, it's not that hard. You can do it. Folks, thanks for watching our video. Have a fantastic day.